Hello, and welcome to Goodnight channel. I'm PJ.
I'm Jake.
And we've been attempting the 52 game challenge. This week we played game 8 of 52, Chrono Trigger. We're 8/52ths in to this year's games.
I thought we were gonna do an intro song then, but then you threw it in anyway.
It can play over top of that.
Good.
All right, tell me about the game.
All right, so Chrono Trigger, released in 1995, was developed by Square. I said that really bad.
Squaresoft, I thought.
Well, it says Square.
Okay.
But I guess it is Squaresoft if you read the box. We played the Nintendo DS version.
We did.
Which has enhancements that make it shitty.
Like what?
The FMVs.
Oh, but that's in the PS1 version.
Yeah, but...
So really we played the DS version. The PS1 version has the enhancements that make it shitty. We played the DS version, which is the PS1 version.
But with some more stuff
So
as
it's
well.
Sony's fault.
Yeah, well, it was...
Not Nintendo.
No.
My Lord and Savior. So yeah, talk to me. Tell me what happens in this game, because I don't know.
That's not true, but I know you don't remember the beginning.
I don't remember the beginning at all. You go on a trial. I know that because you won't shut up about it.
All right, well.
All right, so the game opens and you're Chrono. You wake up. That's important for later.
Is it?
Yeah, that's how the game closes. Oh, spoiler alert.
Oh, shit.
Shit,
We
I'm
fucked
sorry.
up already.
You wake up. You go to the fair. You're going to go meet your childhood friend there. Luca's your childhood friend. I'm not stupid, right?
She's your friend, yeah.
Okay. Luca's your childhood friend. She's a weirdo inventor person. She built these transportation things. You're going to the fair to check them out. And to go to the fair because, I don't know, there's probably nothing else to do. At the fair, you run into Marl, and her pendant gets knocked off. I don't remember how it happens because I barely remember playing this part.
She runs into you.
She runs into you.
It flies off, and you have the choice of picking up the pendant or talking to her.
Yeah, you get a bunch of choices in this section, or so I hear over and over and over again, that are all important later, even though none of them are actually important.
Not important at all.
So you can eat a thing, you can walk up to other things.
It's the illusion of choice and importance later.
Oh, yeah.
You like it really means something, but it really doesn't.
Right. So you do all those things, you walk around the fair, and then the game starts because you talk to Luca, there's a pendant in the transporter.
Well, you go in the transporter first as Chrono,
Uh-huh.
and it works. You go from one side to the other, and Meryl's like, "Oh, I want to do it too." So she gets in, but you can see this like lightning effect come off of the pendant, and she gets sucked into a fucking portal, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, wait. Now that I think about that section, what?
Yeah,
Why does that happen?
because of the pendant. That becomes really important for the rest of the game. Like that's what the whole game hinders on.
I'm not gonna
pendant.
not gonna question any
Okay,
time related in this game.
but that pendant's what matters.
Yeah. She has it because passed down probably from generation to generation. Never explicitly says.
No, I don't actually think so. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, it
There's
doesn't.
no side quest to explain the pendant.
Nope.
Cool.
It's just really, really important, and no one seems to care about where it came from. But that's okay. I mean, we know where it came from.
The past.
The past. It's passed down from generation to generation.
God.
Anyway,
We find ourselves in 600 AD at this point. Oh, no. I'm sorry. So,
I thought we ended up in 600 AD as well. So,
But
yeah, you take it from here, Johnny.
so Marl disappears, and the first thing Chrono does is go after her. He's like, I got to save her. She's cute. So he just goes in there after her for some
Chrono
crazy
has
reason.
bad taste in girls.
Clearly. I mean, he loves Gato.
I love God.
Anyway, so he goes into this portal, unknowingly what could happen. I mean, his body could be ripped asunder, but he does it anyway because cute girls were watching.
No, because he's a cool guy.
Yeah, Luca was watching. He had to be cool looking. So
True spats.
he hops in and ends up in 600 AD, which...
Wait, how did you get ahead of yourself then?
Because I didn't explain why he went into 600 AD.
Oh, we know why. He wanted that sweet Marl.
Pussy, yeah.
Oh my God.
Edit it out.
Edit it out.
Edit it right out.
P star star SY.
Put a bleep over it.
I'll figure out a way to do it. So you do go to 600?
You go right away to 600 AD.
Okay. So you're in 680 now.
Yep.
You fight a tank.
No, not at all.
Look, this is all just drawing a blank
So
for me.
you go back to 600 AD. You go to 600 AD. Not that you really know that right away. Even though I think it just says it.
It does. It
Because,
does. So I don't know why you said that. It says it immediately.
Yeah, but it's not like it doesn't make sense. And it's
Do you want me to do this part too?
No, I got it.
Because I'll just make up my own story.
You get sucked through that portal, chasing Meryl, and the local town, which is
Does Luca go with you?
no, she does not. She stays behind.
Good.
So you explore this local town, and you find out that there's a story in this game, which is the Queen's missing. Who cares about Meryl? But coincidentally, the Queen has been found.
The Queen was missing?
She was missing, yep. But she was found. Guess where? Exactly where you just came from.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's Luca.
Luca's the Queen. God, it's going to be really confusing to anyone who doesn't know the names of these people, but they shouldn't be listening to this if they never played it.
Yeah.
So, you have Meryl at the castle dressed as a queen, which is very strange, and you find out that the queen had gone missing and that everyone thinks she's the queen because, lo and behold, she's actually the princess in the future. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know how that works.
She just looks a lot like Leanne.
Her great-great-mom.
Yeah, Leanne being the queen. Or Lean?
Lean?
Lean Cuisine.
I don't remember her name.
Lean Cuisine, the queen.
So, yeah, and you get to the castle, you're talking to all these people, you're like, this is really weird, what do we do? And then Frog shows up. And he's like, I guess my quest is done. The queen's back. And he just...
Who's the quest? Or who's the frog?
Who's
the frog?
He's a frog. He's not explained. He just leaves after that.
He's so cool.
He's the best character, though. He's mysterious.
Shh, don't get
and then you find out, or you know this because Meryl's clearly not the queen, that you got to find the goddamn queen. So you do. She's in another castle. What a
Where?
coincidence.
Because I don't remember this.
Why not?
Because I don't remember this.
So next to the castle is a cathedral.
Oh, is that what's in that cathedral? Because I went back way later and I was like, I must have done something here. Because there's chests that are open.
Yeah. So you go in the cathedral and you save the queen.
From what?
From evil people.
Wait, who are the evil? For real, I'm asking. Like, I really don't know. I don't remember.
Yakra.
Okay, no important.
No, he's not. I mean,
so wait, you don't meet... I thought you met Magus in the cathedral.
Oh, I think you do for like a split second, but he's hooded.
Okay.
So it's the beginning of the game. I don't really remember that one.
Really reinforces my point that there's nothing in this game for the first 8 hours.
Well, I mean, you're getting a little bit of inklings of things. It's just not... It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, boring inklings.
Yeah.
It's like if they made Splatoon boring.
So, yeah, after you save the queen and all this good stuff...
You get it?
Luca shows up, and she saves the day. She took the pendant and turned it into a time wand. And then you go back to your time, where you're put on trial almost immediately.
Are you just going through a fucking page over there? A walkthrough?
No, I'm going through my Trello.
Okay.
I'll show you to prove it. It's my Trello, where I wrote my notes.
I just heard a click, and you were like, and then click. The trial.
Yeah, well, that's because I put each year down with a little summary of what happens in that year. So we go back to 1000 AD, thanks to Luca's new invention, the time pendant now wand.
The sonic screwdriver. Oh my god.
I was going to make that reference, but I didn't think...
I just love Doctor Who.
Yeah, I didn't think you would understand because you're not a Doctor Who fan.
I watched that one Doctor Who.
The worst Doctor Who, yeah. So immediately upon arrival, we were arrested and put on trial. The trial sequence is one of my favorite in the game.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I talk about it a lot, but it stems from my childhood, really, because it was really interesting for me to see a game sequence that took everything you did that is normal gameplay. Like if you played a Zelda game, you're used to just opening up chests. You're used to taking things for free and not having any consequence to it. And then here you immediately you can choose to eat a sandwich in the fair. You can run into an old man at the fair. Like there's all these little things that happen. And the big one being if you run into Meryl and you pick up her pendant first and then hand it to her, it's like a big no-no because really you should be helping the girl and then the pendant. Like, I don't know. It's really weird. But the chancellor to the king quizzes you on all of this. And depending on how you answer, you are given votes of guilty or not guilty, I believe. And this time around, because I knew all of that, I got a perfect score of non-guilties. But it doesn't matter. You still go to jail because he's an asshole. And in jail, you have this. You can either escape early, which I don't know why you would do that. Makes no sense, and I think you lose out on items. Or wait, and you go to the chopping block, and Luca busts in with a gun and kills everyone. I'm not joking. She just comes in with a gun. It's pretty sweet. And after that, you make the exact same escape, but now you have an extra item because of that sequence, and it looks cool as hell because she comes busting in with a fucking gun.
Luca gun.
Yeah. So you make your way through the castle, and then you just before leaving the prison area, the Chancellor has a big fucking dinosaur dragon tank.
It's very, very important.
Yeah, I guess.
It's not.
And
it gets used later for no reason.
You kill it. You just murder it. It's one of the easiest enemies in the game, really. Like, it's probably the easiest boss you'll ever fight. That's not true. I'm sure there's an easier one I can't think of right now.
Like every single boss in this entire game.
There's a hard one.
You're right. There's two that I can think of that I had problems with.
Yeah. Anyway. So, you escape the castle with your lives, and the guards are chasing you, and you run into another portal outside, which takes you to 2300 AD.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So now you're in the future. It fucking sucks.
It's pretty cool.
Now,
this is where I was like, oh, this game's pretty cool.
Yeah. I thought the game was going to be just a fantasy setting with a little bit of like a steampunky stuff, but this future stuff, I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like there's robot tech and all this cool shit going on, and really depressed people.
Yeah.
Really, really depressed people.
Yeah, I like the little that they survive on pods.
Oh,
they have no food.
Yeah, there's no food
they just
in the
starve
future
constantly.
They're all starving, and the only way they are kept alive is via health machines that replenish their health.
But not feed them.
But I really like that you get in the machine and it says everything's restored, but you're still hungry. Yeah, and it's like, oh, how depressing.
Yeah, so the future's all fucked. You don't know why, but it's all fucked.
Well, you find out soon.
Yeah, but you don't know why when you first get there. You're just like, why is the future all fucked?
Yeah. So you explore the future, you talk to some people, and they go, yeah, everything's horrible, and we hate everything. We need food. So you make your way down into this little dungeon, essentially, at the bottom of one of these domes. Everyone lives in a dome in the future. And you get all the way down there, and there's it's supposed to be the food stores, but there's none. There's no food. Everything's rotten, and there's a dead body, and he's clutching a seed. It's like the last seed in on the planet. And you bring it back to Doan, and you hand it to Doan, and you go, good luck. And you leave.
What? Okay, yeah, that's what happens. I don't remember.
That's what happens.
All right, I don't remember, so that's what happens now.
Yeah. So then after that, we go to another dome, and we find Robo, the robot. And you help him to freedom, basically, because all his brother robots, he calls them brother, I think, a lot in that sequence. You have to murder them all. Yeah. You kill all his robot brothers, and then we leave. We find another portal out of there.
What do we need from Robo? What do we need from that area?
Robo?
No. You find Robo way before that area. So what do we need in that area?
That's it. You get Robo, and then you leave.
No, you don't. You don't get Robo in that area.
Yeah.
No. You do not get Robo in that area.
You fight, you get the seed, you do a race. I skipped the race because I didn't think it mattered. Then you go get Robo, and then you leave.
No, you don't. I bet you money.
What do we do?
This is the last thing that I remember.
Okay, well, tell me, because I don't remember.
I don't remember either. You get Robo.
Yeah.
You get Robo, and when you get Robo, you have to fight a security system.
Okay.
And then you go to a different dome, and you do a whole little
dungeon. There's nothing you can do there, and you leave. You go to somewhere else.
Yeah, but you go to a different dome. And that's because the brothers are a different boss.
Okay.
But I don't know what you do in that dome or why you go there. Conclusion, shit game.
The end.
The end.
We didn't go any farther.
Yeah, I stopped because I was like, stupid. Why am I here?
No, I think...
Just to suffer?
I don't really want to look it up.
I do.
Look it up then. I'll wait. I'll patiently wait. Let me drink some beer. Chrono
Trigger. Oh, Chrono Trigger Sunstone. That was the last thing I Google searched. Because everyone kept talking about a Sunstone, and I was like, I'm going to find it.
I'll find it one day.
I'll find it. It's a grand adventure. Chrono Trigger walkthrough. Regardless, that's not what happens. I don't think.
You get Robo, and then you head...
Whatever. You get
else.
Robo and you go to the future. That's all that really matters.
You're already in the future.
You get Robo and you go even more into the future. You get Robo and you go in the past.
No, you don't.
No, you go to the end of
either.
time.
You go to the end of
so
time.
you don't go. You. It's past the C when you have to select times. It's past future, so you go even more into the future. Like I said,
the C selecting menu.
I'm really good at this.
Yeah, I guess you fight maybe a thing. I don't know. I thought it was just these robot brothers, and then you leave.
No.
That's all I remember.
Maybe.
There's a security system, then you watch some video footage of Lavos, you find out about Lavos, and then you leave. Hey, by the way, there's Lavos.
Oh, yeah.
You find out about the day of Lavos, which is 1999. Essentially, this giant monster erupts from the core of the Earth and just fucks everything up. Hardcore. It's pretty radical.
It's pretty radical.
So after you find out about Lavos, you find a time portal and you go to the end of time. Why do you end up at the end of time? Because you tried to travel with 4 people, and 4 people can't go through a portal at the same time.
Super arbitrarily.
Yeah. And you meet a guy there. I don't remember his name.
It's just Old Man.
Yeah, Old Man. He gets a name later.
Yeah, Balthasar. A name that sounds vaguely cool.
Yeah, Casper.
Casper, the teenage ghost.
And yeah, he tells you stuff. He's like, yeah, this is the end of time. It sucks and lonely. Leave a robot here with me, please.
Leave a robot here. I love them.
So I left Robo with him, and then I head back to our time, I believe. No, wrong. I didn't. I went to 600 AD.
Good.
Yep. I don't know why I chose to go to 600 AD, but I did, because I think it propels the story forward mostly. So you if you remember from 2 minutes ago when I talked about 600 AD, we had just saved the queen, but now when we come back, time has passed a bit, and
updates.
Yes.
Yeah, you pick up Robo and then you go to the factory. They're 2 separate places, like I said.
Well, yeah, you get whatever.
They're 2 different things. That's all. And then you have to pick one.
Inconsequential.
Everything's inconsequential. That's the whole point of this game. That's why the future's so bleak. Tell me about your shit fucking Middle Ages.
So you go to the 600 AD again. That's where the queen was missing and we met Frog. This time around, though, we find out that the king has been injured in a battle. And so we have to head out to help.
Yeah, this is where I start remembering things because it's when I played.
When you played, yeah.
When I picked the game back.
So at this point, there's a battle taking place on a bridge heading to the southern continent. And I guess like the Fiend Lord.
Yeah, whoever the Fiend Lord is, you don't know.
We don't know. The Fiend Lord is sending his troops to destroy everything for some reason. I don't really know what his deal is, honestly. Think about it.
No? What that end goal is.
His motivations are inconsequential to everything.
A good character.
Great character. So you fight on a bridge. You fight this thing called the Zombor. He's just a thing. He's a giant skeleton.
He's 2 skeletons put together.
Oh, he's one skeleton in 2 halves.
Yeah, one giant skeleton. If there's anything I know about giant skeletons, it's that they're real.
They're very real.
And
I'm gonna link that.
Oh, good. Over 1,000 giant skeletons
discovered in the last decade.
Yeah.
In 2015 alone, I think it said, or something stupid. So we beat Zombor and we head over.
Zombor's hard, also. Well, not hard, but I had
hard, but maybe
whatever. I had trouble with him. I didn't know what to do.
Maybe you should have started the game over so you knew how the game worked.
Well, maybe, but
mistakes
were made.
The right part of his body first, and then the other half. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh, maybe I should have played the entire game once when I was a fucking child, and then played it again and pretended like it was fine.
It's fine. All right. So
whose pick was this game?
I don't know.
Okay, just checking.
Good thing some third party picked this game for us to play.
Oh, I guess it should be mentioned.
I picked this game. This
is Jake's pick.
It had to be played. It's important.
It had to be played.
And that PJ had not beat it, and I.
Oh yeah, I've never. Jake beat Chrono Trigger when he was a child, a wee lad.
Yeah, when it was on Super Nintendo.
And I beat it just now when I was a wee lad.
Fuck you.
For the first time ever. I've never played Chrono Trigger. This is the first time. So yeah, we beat the fuck out of Zomborg.
Yeah, we beat Zombor, and we went and we talked to Frog. in his cool little swamp area, the swamp house.
Yeah, it's really cool because I had to, every time I walk by, there's that one snake that hits me, and I go, great, I have to fight this fucking long fight for no reason. Yeah, it's great. Really cool little area. I love it.
Anyway, yeah, he's like, I can't help you. I'm really sad. I don't have the best sword in the world. So
not even a hilt of it.
We take his sword from him. I think we find a piece of it and we take it.
Oh yeah. We just
straight up steal it.
He's like, yeah, no, I can't help you. And you go through his stuff and you find
it, and
you find the hilt of the Masamune,
which has a name written on it.
Masamune
Melchior,
who's a guy in
1000 AD.
1000 AD. So what's cool is
yeah,
is he 1000?
Because he's at the fair. That's how you know who he is.
Okay,
I should have mentioned him.
No, but you didn't because for some strange reason. Also, I had to take over.
Oh yeah, because I'm horrible. But I'm doing better now.
So
everything's all right now.
This is the first time when I went, cool. Like I feel like I kind of get the game a little bit.
Did you? Because I don't feel like you knew who Melchior was at that point.
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
I knew who Melchior was, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I got the sword and was like, all right, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna give it to Melchior. Like that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Well, keep in mind that when you go backwards in time from to 2300, you actually go to 1000.
You can choose because you're at the end of time. It has all the portals.
I thought you go on the fiend side first. Maybe I'm dumb.
You can.
Can you? I don't know. No one knows really.
It's that portal.
No one
opens
knows,
and
it's a mystery to everyone.
The two portals open. The one in 1000 AD and the 23. I don't know.
It's like I said. It's a mystery to everyone. I think all 4 of those pillars of light are open in the end of time, and you can choose to go to 1000 AD, which I think I did and explored around and went to Melchior's house.
So you knew who he was.
That's why I knew who he was, not because of some fair from fucking 8 hours ago. That's for fucking sure. So yeah, but this was the first time where I was like, oh, cool, I get it. I'm gonna take this sword. I know where Melchior is. He's at 1000 AD. I'm going to travel in time forward, give him the sword, complete it, bring it back. Like, all that stuff made a lot of sense to me in my dumb brain. Right here. I don't really remember what happens. I think you bring it to Melchior, and he's like, I need the other part of it.
No.
Okay.
That's not what he says. He goes, I need a stone to fix it.
I thought you needed the other half.
You already have both halves.
Where'd you get the other half from?
You just have it. Don't worry about it.
No, but when do you fight Masa and Mune?
Never. I don't remember.
Okay, well, at some point...
I think you fought them right before you see Frog.
Okay, well, we skipped it.
I forgot.
Yeah, we skipped it.
We
skipped it.
We never got the Masamune. We never beat the game.
We skipped it.
Yeah, you fight those two on a mountain, and then you go see Frog.
At some point
I'm
you
sorry.
fight
There's
Masa...
a lot of shit right in that sequence.
Yeah, because it's all boring. That's why you don't remember it.
Well, a lot happens after that's way more important.
And also still boring.
Yeah, sure.
Somehow. So you get the Masamune by fighting Masa and Mune, who form Masamune, who's a
so cool,
who's a big strong monster, no relation to the sword.
Nothing.
None.
Well, it's not even named that in Japan.
What is it called? It's a really cool name, Masamune. So you fight Masamune, and he's hard. This is the point where I realized that they're trying to teach me things without giving me tutorials. Because they figured for 6 hours do nothing special, and then they start introducing these like gimmick fights, and you kind of have to use the real time battle to time stuff up, and that's pretty cool. Oh, right. At this point is when you also get you fight the first enemies with the shields, who you never fight again. I realize now that I think about it, because I even wrote a little note down here about them.
How cool they are.
Well, they're cool. Shields. Well, they're little like they have these wooden. Oh, they don't have shields. They have a wooden mallet.
Oh, yeah, big hammer.
Which makes no sense. They really should have had a wooden shield.
Yeah.
Because then it'd be a lot more like, as a player, I'd go, oh, wooden shield, I'm going to burn the fuck out of it. So you have to burn their wooden mallet, and then they get lower defense. Which, again, it makes no sense. Like, should be a shield. But whatever, it's still cool. Like, you use Luca's fire, and you fire the mallet, and then it's gone, and then you can attack them. So it kind of introduces, like, a little bit of a strategy going on. It's not just press fight over and over.
I think the problem arises you can have like a party. You would have these impossible to beat if you say missing a member of your party.
What do you mean? Because They do that anyway right now because you can have Robo and not have Luca in your party, and then it's shit because there's no way to do fire.
I don't know.
But
I'm drunk. No, no. Yeah, I don't know. That seems really weird to introduce that little thing because there's the shield holders in the castle where you have to wait till they come around their shield to hit them, and then there's these guys. Yeah,
I don't remember.
You see them again later, I think.
Yeah, you do because I was like, you mean the ones in the Black Omen?
No, they
or
come
in
from the
Zeal
castle
or something, or
yeah,
whatever.
But like those enemies are really cool, but it's like there's not enough of these. Like there's after like those two, there's mostly just generic enemies.
Yeah, that's true. Most things don't require any kind of special tactics,
except for a couple bosses.
And like I said, the mallet guys who really shouldn't have a shield. Yeah, and then this Masamune, they power up this wind thing, and you're supposed to use Chrono's wind slash, which is weird. Yeah, it's weird. Actually, there's like a sequence of monsters that all have this same, like, you have to do one thing, and then you can attack.
Yeah. It's all during that part, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's a dinosaur man after that you have to, or maybe before? Don't know. Don't remember. That you have to lightning.
Yeah.
And then he'll discharge the lightning. I think it's actually before. Yeah, I'm telling you. I think you go 2300 for some reason. I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, you can do that, but I don't think you have to.
Yes, you do, because you have to get to Melchior.
No, Melchior's in 1000.
I know he's in 1000, but the way you have to like get to Melchior's side, because that's on a separate continent. I don't remember. This is a very strong testament to the fact that I don't like the beginning of this game.
I'm almost positive that you don't have to do it. You get the sword, half. Frog goes, hey, you have half of it. You take the other half from his house while he's not looking.
I thought you had to go through a cave at some point.
The cave is to get to Masamune.
No, you have to go to a different cave.
You go to that cave when you go to see Melchior.
Do you actually?
Yes.
Okay. Like I said.
I don't know why you have to go through that cave.
But I'm pretty sure you do, right?
But you do. You have to go through a cave.
And you fight a person who you have to lightning, and then they lightning discharge.
Yeah.
And does a shit zillion damage.
And then you go to 65 million BC.
Yeah, and then you go to a much better part of the game.
Yeah.
that I actually do kind of remember.
Good, because I don't.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you go to 65 million.
You meet
a cool
the
girl.
best girl.
Yeah, you meet best. No, you meet second best girl.
No, that's not true. Best girl.
Fuck off. Don't talk shit about my wife, okay?
Listen.
My wife.
Ayla is the best girl.
Anyway, so you go to 65 million because Melchior's like, yeah, I can't fix this shit unless I got some red shit.
Redstone
shit. So you go and you go to 65 million because redstone hasn't existed since 65 million years ago.
Yes. Well,
hint. So you go to 65 million BC and you meet a cave woman named Ayla. She tells you about the reptites.
They're pretty cool.
She doesn't have to tell you because you fight them immediately.
Well, no, you do? I thought it was like
nope.
raptors.
Nope. You fight reptites right away. Unless you go there before you need to.
Oh.
Because they're not there otherwise. And neither is Ayla.
Interesting. I didn't do that. I went in the correct sequence.
I didn't, because I didn't know there was a correct sequence because I didn't play this game once before.
You didn't play this when you were 5 years old.
Yeah, what do you mean? I played it when I was 6, like 20 minutes ago.
Anyway, so, yeah, we meet Ayla. We fight some reptiles. Reptites?
Reptites.
Yeah, they got a cool name. They're really cool, actually.
Are they?
I think they're cool.
I mean, they're something. They're definitely something.
I like that the game presents these, like, races at different points that could be in control of the world instead of humans. Like, there's the monsters who, while evil in 600, in 1000 are just like, yeah, whatever. Like,
yeah.
And then you meet these reptites who have a better society than the cave people. Like, they have a castle. Like,
yeah, but they don't have cute girls. Or a girl who's actually a boy, and I just thought it was a girl until literally the last fucking 5 minutes of the game.
I don't know why you thought that. Kino is clearly a boy.
Kino has a girl name.
Anyway.
It's like that Gundam that you show me. With the girl name?
Oh. Camille.
But Kino's a girl's name.
Thank you. Okay. So, yeah, she helps you out, and we go to her village where we have an awesome, drunken caveman party.
We get fucked up, dude.
It plays the best music in the game, and you dance around.
Second best music in the game because it's not Gato's music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you dance around.
And we wake up the next morning so hungover, so fucked up, or like, oh shit, where's our pendant? It's gone. And we once we leave the village, there's like dinosaur tracks on the ground.
Oh, wait. This is the first time also that there's any amount of reason to do fucking anything. Because you're never motivated to do anything in the first 8 hours of the game until this moment. You're really not. This is the only time when there's something at stake for you.
Meryl's life was at stake. She was going to be a queen forever if you didn't find the real queen.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But that's different. Once you get to end of time and know that there's time shenanigans, like, you're just like, all right, well, I guess I'll find the Masamune at my convenience because you can't do anything without me.
But the king's injured. You got to help. He's
fine.
Now.
He's fine. He's sitting in his fucking castle.
Yeah, but soon enough, the Fiend Lord's going to come and kill him.
What does soon enough mean? I am a fucking Time Lord.
Time keeps on...
Slipping.
You took it right out from under me.
Good. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve the choke.
I hate you.
Yeah, this is the first time. Well, because now there's an actual, like, there's stakes.
Yes. Because you could be trapped in 65 million BC forever.
Yeah, with a hot girl.
Oh, yeah.
Forever.
What are you going to do? And she loves Chrono.
Oh, she fucking loves Chrono. And Luca.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
She's a very cool character.
Yeah,
she's very
is
dominant.
Cool.
Like, she's like reverse to the rest of society in all the other universes. Well, except for Antiquity, I guess. Antiquity has a queen, and she's pretty all-powerful.
It's cool.
Skipping ahead there, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we
the Reptites took it. We killed the Reptites, and now we have a pendant back.
Yep. Oh, actually, that's not true. Kino took it, and then the Reptites took it from him.
Right, her. Who's that? Him?
Yeah.
I just didn't realize. I was like, Kino, come on, lady, get it together.
Anyway, killing me.
And you get on some dactyls and you fly away.
They even say he's a boy back then. I think a lot.
Nah.
Anyway,
I don't remember.
So you beat
really
the shit out of some Reptites, and then you head home.
No, you don't. You get on some dactyls.
No, that's later.
No, you beat up a reptile.
Get the fuck out. You do not do dactyls yet. Dactyls the next time you come to 65 million.
Wait, there's a next... Wait, what?
Yes, there are 2 separate times you go to 65 million BC. You beat up these fucking dinosaurs, you get the stone, and then you go back to 1000 AD.
Not real?
Yes!
I thought you did that all at once.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Oh, yeah.
There
Right. You have to go to that little tiny forest, and you go through like a little tiny castle before you go through the turbo castle.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe?
So we go back to 1000 AD, and we get the sword fucking fixed. God damn.
Oh, and then we go fight the Fiend Lord.
I feel bad I'm swearing a lot on this episode.
That's okay. It's a shitty game, so...
So we go back to 1000 AD. Melchior fixes it, and guess where we go after that?
600 AD.
We do.
And then we go fight, we go through a cave, and this is where the game finally gets really good.
This is when we get our first cutscene? Our first cutscene?
No.
Second cutscene.
No, probably not.
I think it's the second cutscene. Like, you get the opening cinematic, and then you get the frog cinematic.
And you also get the Ayla fighting Reptite cinematic, and you get the Fiend Lord cinematic.
I don't remember any of those cinematics. I hate
okay.
them.
Yeah, the cinematics are not good. I don't like them because...
If you can play the game without them, turn them off.
Yeah.
They're
I don't
horrible.
know if there might have been an option. I never checked. I never cared.
But at that point, I just didn't anymore.
Yeah, I really dislike the AMV. They're not AMVs. Animation music video.
FMVs.
At the FMV, I don't like the FMV cutscenes because the game does such a better job of making me feel like I'm there.
It doesn't remove you from the game.
The FMVs just remove you. You're like, oh, okay, that looks okay, I guess. That looks like DBZ, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, but when it brings you back into the game, it does exactly what happened to the cutscene again. But it looks way better because it looks like they actually, I don't know, tried, and it feels like part of the game.
Yeah, I like it a lot better in the game.
They look a lot better. But yeah, so you go through a whole. Well, you bring the sword back to Frog, and he's like, "Oh my, Frog!" And then you go through a hole. And then Frog fucking slices a mountain in half, kinda, sorta, a little bit.
It's fucking cool.
Yeah, he does that.
He does. It looks really cool.
And then you go inside, and then you go to the Fiend Lord's castle.
It looks also really cool.
It looks also really cool.
It has a big crater, and it's just floating above it. It looks really cool.
I don't remember that, but maybe. So then you go inside the Fiend Lord's castle. You go, this music's kind of cool for the first 2 seconds, and then you go, oh god, my eardrums are gonna bleed. I could not believe they chose that to be their fucking theme song, or the like castle song.
Yeah,
which is just ear piercing noise. But then you fight a couple cool bosses. I like them.
Flea, and Slash.
Ozzy, Flea, and Slash. Well, you fight Flea, Slash. Well, you can fight them in any order, but Flea's cool.
Yeah,
so
she's cute.
No, she's cool. I like her. They're cool. They're cool bosses. You fight them. You don't really know why unless they're in that other. Unless they're the ones who captured the queen. Are they?
Yes,
they are.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Because otherwise there'd be no reason for me to care. And guess what? Even with a reason, I didn't know who they were. But I fought them and it was fun. That's the important part.
You also fight them again later in the game.
No, you don't.
Yes, you
Not
do.
if you're PJ.
Well, okay then.
Not if you're PJ, you don't, because you never go to Ozzy's castle. So yeah, more importantly than me knowing what I'm doing or caring about what I'm doing, the game becomes really fun at this moment for me. I don't know why. I guess it's I finally have a clear motivation and a person to fight, even though I don't really know anything about Vegeta. Even though I don't know anything about Vegeta,
he needs to die.
I have a motivation. I have a motivation that comes from Frog, who I empathize with more than any of the other characters at this point. Like, Frog wants to beat Vegeta, so I'm going to help him beat Vegeta. Even if I don't really care what that accomplishes for me. Because, whatever. The game's also fun. Again, aside from that one little qualm I have with the fucking music in this palace. But so you fight Flea, you fight Slash.
You drop Ozzy down a pit.
And then you get to Vegeta, I'm sorry.
Who's trying to awaken Lavos.
Yeah, and it's really fucking cool. Everything he does in that little moment, he turns on all the fire around him. It's very stupid in anime, but it's also really cool.
So you fight him at that moment.
With really cool music.
Yes. And he gets real pissed, and you interrupt the ceremony.
Yeah.
And I don't think Lavos wakes up.
No.
I guess not, because he didn't do anything.
Nope.
And you get flung into the past again. This is when you end up in 65 million BC.
Yeah?
Yep.
Weird. Kino's been stolen.
Kino is gone.
Kino's gone. You go to a thing, you beat it. Now you have dactyls.
There's dactyls.
Okay, Kino gets stolen. You go there. Kino's stolen. Reptites took it. Go to the thing. You beat up the Reptites. You get to the top. You
fight
Kino
the Reptite
out.
Queen, and then you
King, Queen, whatever.
Queen.
It doesn't say that anywhere in the
it
game.
Does.
So I don't care. You fight the Reptite Master, who is telekinetic, and he or she is like, "Oh my god, you guys did it! You beat me. I don't care.
Asla, the Queen of the Reptites.
You beat me. You take care of the Earth." Which I thought was a really cool moment. I was like, oh, that seems odd. I didn't think that this was going to be like this.
Well, like I said, they weren't evil. They just
kidnap people.
Yeah.
They're not evil.
They're not like entirely evil. Again, it's kill or be killed in that time frame.
Yeah,
and clearly
whatever.
These cave people want to murder them.
So
for no reason, like they just want to murder them.
You bring them back. No, you don't.
No, you just leave.
Well, no, Ayla's like...
You watched
Queen.
You watched Lavos crash into Earth.
Yeah, this is when Lavos crashes into Earth for the first time. And only time.
Yeah. Only time it happens.
So you watch Lavos crash into the Earth. Queen Reptite is like, take care of the Earth. Ayla's like, come with us. Reptite's like, nah, I'm going to die. Okay, Ayla's like, okay. And then you go to Lavos.
You go to the crater.
Go to the crater.
Yeah, he's buried in the center of the Earth now. You can't even see him.
Yeah, he's already too far down.
But there's a portal.
But there's a new portal. Where's the portal take you? Snowtown.
Snowtown, USA.
It takes you to
Portland.
12,000 BC.
Yeah.
E.
Antiquity.
Antiquity is what it's called.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's like everyone refers to it as antiquity. But 12,000.
Yeah.
12,000 BC.
Which is cool because you find out that that Lavos was the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs, essentially.
Right. And
that started the Ice Age because now everything's frozen over. Mm-hmm. But there's these like temples you go in that warp you up into the sky to the Sky Islands.
Yeah.
Which
I gotta say,
so cool.
At this point, I am I'm on board with the game.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I thought antiquity looked really cool. Had a really cool atmosphere going on with this like floating island, and then they had a chained island.
Yeah, they chained an island to them.
Like really cool stuff going on. And you go through all these portals up to the top ones, and you go down, and you make it to the main island, and you can talk to a bunch of people, and they're all super like whoop-de-doop.
The enlightened ones. They're
The
all
enlightened
like,
ones.
yeah,
Enlightened.
look at us. We're cool.
Hoity-toity.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Earthbound one.
Yeah.
We hate that game.
Oh, I was gonna make that joke.
I know you were. I took it right from under you, just like you took my
Time
keep on
keeps on
slipping one.
Yeah. So yeah, you do that, and then you go, oh, I'm gonna fight a golem. Golem kicks your ass.
Oh, straight murder.
You can always tell when it's a supposed to lose fight because things do 400 damage. Otherwise, they only do 200 tops. Like even the hardest boss only does 200. So anytime something's pumping out anything more than 200, you're supposed to lose. So I try to fight it anyway. It didn't
You
go.
can beat it.
I know
it's
you
possible.
can. But I didn't.
I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't care, and I didn't have a save point that was close enough for me to retry. So you get captured, and then you get captured. There's a lady. Oh, there's a little
queen.
kid. Right. I'm sorry. Wait. Let me back up a little tiny bit.
And Janice.
You meet this little kid, and you go, who walks up to you and goes, "I'm gonna do Magus's catchphrase," and you go, "Oh, okay." So you're Magus, but as a little kid. Got it. Thanks. Because he walks up. First time you fight Magus, he's like, the dark winds are blowing. And you're like, oh, that sounds so fucking cool. And then this little kid walks up to you and he's like, the dark winds are blowing.
It's really cool.
That's stupid. And he has a little cat, and his mom's name is Shala.
His
Or Scala.
sister's name is Shala.
His mom's sister's name is Shala. His mister's name.
I'm going to die.
His mister's name is Shala.
So then we also meet Dalton and the Queen.
Right. Anyway, yeah. You get kidnapped. They're like, fuck these people. I'm going to kill them. And then someone's like, no, Shala doesn't want him to be dead. We're just going to throw him out of a time portal and then seal up the time portal.
Yeah.
Which is what they do. I don't know where the portal goes. 1,000?
65 million.
No, you can't go back to 65 million. It's impossible.
It's the same portal you came out.
It's impossible.
Then I have no idea because I don't have any more notes.
I don't know how you get back to the end of time ever again. Oh, because you have dactyls now. So it's all good.
Yeah, you get the dactyls.
So you can walk
You
right
go back to the first portal.
Yeah, and then they're like, get the epoch. You get the epoch, I think. Is that what happens?
I'm looking it up. I'm sorry. I don't remember.
Okay, yeah. No. It is what happens. Okay, so they're like, you go to the old man.
Yeah, that's when you go.
The old man's like, dude, you got to get this thing that goes through time. And you're like, don't I already go through time? He's like, no, this goes through time super good. So you go to 2300, and you go into this dome, and it's like, oh, I got a flying ship now. It doesn't fly, though. So fuck you. But it does not fly right now. All it does is stay in one place. But it does do that. So
it does do that. It does go in one place somewhere else.
It stays in one place, but it goes through time, which is a cool concept.
I like that you can name it.
Yeah, I named it whatever the default was.
Epoch. Or Epic? I don't know how you pronounce it.
Epoch.
I've always pronounced it that way, but I've heard it pronounced Epic.
Those people are dumb and not me. So
fair enough.
So you get in your epoch, your epoch. So you get the epoch.
Mm-hmm.
You get it from a new. News are dumb round things.
I like them for some reason.
I do too. They seem very Chrono Trigger, and they're also dumb.
I like that they are like from 65 million BC and they've lived forever. Like,
yeah.
They just exist.
Well, new is the beginning of life.
Yeah.
Or something.
I don't know.
But they can also be programmed. I don't know what that means.
Really cryptic. They're really cool.
Yeah. So you meet a new who's been programmed by a guy who's been working on the epoch.
I think that's Balthazar.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think his name's Balthazar. He's been working on the epoch his whole life, and then he dies. And he keeps working on it? I don't know.
Well, he
Whatever.
puts his consciousness into the new.
Yeah, he does do that.
He does.
You get an epoch, and you go, motherfucker, you seal me out of your time? Too bad. I got an epoch.
Why do you keep going at that?
So you go to 12. This lets you go through any time period, including 1999.
Yep.
Pointless.
Don't go
and
there.
12,000 BC, which is antiquity. So you go back to antiquity.
Where
And you're like, what's up? My name's Chrono.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, you can't stop me. I got this flying ship. Please don't fuck it up.
Please don't steal it.
Yeah, please don't steal it. It just sits here. You know this is where I came from.
Guess what? It gets stolen.
It doesn't get stolen right then.
Well, it should have been. It's not obvious.
So you hang out with the Earthbound ones, and you meet their little society. It's pretty cool. You fight some mud beasts. They're not that cool, but it's okay.
And then you climb a giant chain.
You climb a giant chain. You grind for techs for a little bit.
And then you fight a monster.
And you fight a big monster named Giga Gaia.
Oh, he's so cool.
Is he?
I
I think you get up to that chained island, and there's a big crystal.
Yeah.
And then you fight Giga Gaia.
And then it's a dude.
Isn't it Melchior?
Shit, I think you're right.
I'm always right.
I think it's Melchior, actually.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because the other one is Balthazar, who's in the future.
But Melchior is supposed to be the 1000 AD one.
Yeah, but he wasn't sent to 1000 AD.
I thought he was sent to 1000.
He just lives forever.
Well, I don't care. So, you free someone from a crystal, I don't know why, and then it crashes to the ground. I also don't know why.
I also don't know why.
Which creates a big fucking tsunami, to which I went, oh, that sounds like fucking horrible. Why would you do this? Right? Doesn't that make a tsunami?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it makes a tsunami. Something makes a tsunami at some point in antiquity, and I was like, oh my god, this is really dark.
I thought that was the Black Omen sinking.
No, because the Black Omen doesn't sink, ever.
It goes underwater.
No, it doesn't.
That's where it is. Where is it?
That's the Ocean Palace that you're thinking of. Oh, Melchior's like, oh, go to the Ocean Palace. Yes, okay, for sure. These are the events that happen. There's a big thing, a big to-do. It makes a thing. Yep. Melchior's like, yep, Shala. They need Shala. Oh, in antiquity, how they power everything is through this machine called the Mammon Machine.
Oh yeah, what a cool machine name.
They show it to you for like a second. It's where the pendant gets its power from.
Yeah, you power up your pendant.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so did I. But more importantly, it's how they get their machine, and it draws directly from Lavos deep in the ground. So, and Shala, for some reason, is the one who powers it. I've never figured out why that's true, but it is. And she powers it against her will. So Melchior's there, Shala's there. They steal Shala and they beat up Melchior, and they bring her to the newly constructed Ocean Palace, which is a palace in the ocean, where they're doing more Mammon Machine stuff. So you go through the Ocean Palace, you get to the end of it, and it's Queen Zeal, and she's fucking nuts at this point. And I think she blows up all the islands and crashes all of the things in antiquity and raises the Black Omen, which is this big fucking ship that exists in all time periods.
So cool.
And draws from Lavos' power. And then you can go get Vegeta, or Magus. Vegeta. I'm going to call him for Vegeta.
Now you go through the palace. You fight everybody.
I just said that.
Did you talk about Lavos?
Yeah. A little bit. Oh yeah.
The fact that did you fight Lavos to get Magnus?
Good point.
Yeah.
So Queen Zeal is like, oh shit, Lavos. It brings Lavos out. Lavos is really cool to me.
Yeah.
He's not like a thing. He's not evil. I mean, he's evil, but he's not like he's just this big entity. He's not like a person that you could reason with. He's just a big fucking monster man. Who's not a man. He's like a big squid thing.
He's like a big, like a muscle.
Yeah, he's very odd looking.
Like
I really like it.
Crustacean. Not crustacean.
And he makes this fucking awful noise. Again, very clearly supposed to lose fight, even though you can win. I get it. I got it. I understand.
You can win, but it's tough.
It's a new game plus win. But you can win, but you're very clearly supposed to lose. It fucking wipes your party out instantly.
Yeah, with like 1 or 2 attacks, if that.
And then Chrono's like, I'm gonna beat it.
Yeah, and he walks right up to
dies.
it, and he gets murdered.
Straight murdered.
Dead. And then Magus shows up.
And he's like, you guys gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and he picks everybody up, except Chrono, who's dead.
Yeah.
And leaves.
Yeah. So Magus, and you get a hint of this when you go and pick up the Epoch. When they're like, he's trying to get Lavos out at 600 BC because he'll be weaker. He'll be weak enough for Magus, who's super powerful, to fight. But as it's clear in antiquity, Magus gets his shit pushed in even at full power. So that was a dumb idea on his part.
Yeah, he would have just ruined everything.
Yeah. So he was trying to be a good guy though. Like he's not a bad guy. He's trying to do what's right. He's trying to beat up Lavos.
Just maybe not the best methods.
Yeah, well, because he's a little punk
Punk-ass.
piece of shit.
Anyway, so now we hang out with the Earthbound one some more.
Yeah, just like a second one.
And I think Dalton shows up.
Dalton shows up.
And he's like, I'm King Dalton.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Dalton's really cool. I like him.
Yeah. And he takes the Blackbird, which I don't think we talked about, did we?
No, there's a Blackbird. It's a big airship.
Yeah, it's really cool. It reminds me of Nausicaa and the Valley in the Wind. Like they're like that Ghibli style airship that's way too big, and it just like that time period also reminds me of the technology of that movie. If you ever check it out, it's a really good movie.
So you go. He's like, yeah, the Epoch can fly. What are you fucking people doing? And you're like, oh, the Epoch can fly? And he's like, yeah, too bad it's mine. You go, okay.
No, that's not true. He makes it fly. He puts wings on it.
It always has wings.
No, it does not have wings.
It always has wings.
It does not. He adds wings to it. He goes, I'm going to make it the best thing ever. And he puts wings on it. And he's like, yeah, now it's mine. It's got wings. Like,
well,
that's all he does.
That's all it needed to.
Yeah.
That's all he needed to do to make sure that we could beat Lavos.
Yeah. But I don't think Epoch works without the pendant, though. I think it's completely powered by it.
Well, I don't care.
Anyway, yeah.
Dalton steals it, puts it on the Blackbird, puts wings on it. You get it back from Dalton. Now you have an airship in very classic Final Fantasy form. Now you are told you can resurrect Chrono.
Yeah, you go at the end of time, and the Time Lord there says, here's a Chrono Trigger. You can save your friend if you want.
Yeah, he gives you the Time Egg, which is the Chrono Trigger, which has 2 names for some reason.
Yeah, the Time Egg Chrono Trigger.
He's like, yeah, you can do these things.
Yeah,
or you can totally forget and do other side quests like someone.
Yeah,
PJ. This is the point where the game opens up and you can do anything you want.
Well,
as long as you can do it. You can fight a bunch of different bosses. You do a bunch of different side quests. As far as I know, they're all pretty cool.
At this point, you should probably get Chrono back. He's really important.
Yeah.
If you don't, it sucks. The game gets really hard for no reason.
Not hard. Hard is never the right word in this game.
Annoying.
It's never hard.
It gets annoying if you don't have Chrono because he's got some good movesets. I mean, he's probably been in your party this whole time, so he has all your triple techs. So he's kind of useful to have again. So you should probably go take care of him. Basically, what you do for that is you go to 1000 AD and you get a doll from the fair.
You have to go to Balthazar.
Why?
Because I don't know that there's fucking dolls at the fair. Again, I didn't play this game as a child.
But you can win it at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, but I don't know these things. I don't know I need a doll. He's the one who says that.
Well, I had the doll.
Yeah, but I didn't
from the beginning of the game.
I didn't know that you needed a doll.
Well,
either way, you have to go talk to Balthazar.
Go talk to Balthazar.
Who tells you go get a doll.
Get the doll.
Which, by the way...
Take it to Death Mountain. Boom. Problem solved.
Which, by the way, I assumed, I'm going to put all of Chrono's memories into the doll.
Yeah.
And then, because that'll be a little bit sad, it's like, it's not really Chrono. But it is. It's his memories and stuff, but he doesn't get to be in his body. Like, that kind of sucks. But no, you just replace it? And I was like, does Lavos just eat that on accident? Like, what does this mean?
Well, you go to, like, frozen time.
And you swap out. Front. That's all you need to do.
Real life Chrono with...
Like, why couldn't I just take Chrono?
There's that light that comes down from Chrono's, like, spirit, but if you just replace him, why'd that all happen?
Game's dumb.
Yeah, in my memory, to be honest, I thought that you had just a doll after that for some reason.
Yeah, because that makes a lot more sense.
I mean...
Other than you...
Having a human doll, yeah.
Like part 3 Dio him, like... and replace him with a doll. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't, but... Whatever.
It's okay.
It works.
Things don't really need to make sense in this game for me to enjoy it.
It's still cool.
It's not that cool, but that's okay.
I think
most of the other side quests are really cool. One of the side quests is my favorite part in the whole game.
Which one was that?
Frog side quest.
Oh yeah, and you go take care of Cyrus.
When Cyrus is talking to Frog, it's my favorite part in the whole game.
It's really
with his
good.
Music's playing and and he puts the sword up and it's the powered Musamane.
It's really good.
I don't know. I really like that.
There's the side quest where you fix a forest.
Yeah, that's cool too.
I really like that one because Robo just stays in 600 AD until 1000 AD, where you pick him up and he's all beat up and torn up from planting and taking care of a forest for.
Yeah, and you
couple
take care
hundred
of
years.
Luca's mom.
And then you get warped to this nice little cutscene of Luca's mom being murdered over and over again until you finally get it right.
Yeah. Well, no, it only happens one time.
One time that you wouldn't ever screw it up.
Yeah, because it totally easily makes sense, and the game totally hints at how to do it.
I did it with no problems. I don't know why you had a problem.
Because I didn't know where to click or to press buttons because it never told me to.
Listen, you should have played this game when you were like 5.
Yeah, clearly. But either way, even with that stupid bullshit, it's still a cool quest.
That quest, there's a quest where you go to the future. You fight this computer.
Yeah, I didn't do this one on accident.
And you fight this computer that's like, Robo, kill the humans. And he's like, no, they're my friends. We're supposed to protect them. And she's like, humans are worthless. And then you fight Robo's girlfriend, who's just a pink Robo with a bow on top, because that's how you tell she's a girl. Because you have to have genders in robot form.
Well, that's how you know he doesn't have the gaze. That's how you know Robo's got the not gaze.
Yeah. So you fight his girlfriend, kill her. Then you kill Mother Brain. I think it's called Mother Brain.
Just called Mother.
One of the two. And then, Robo's real sad because he goes, I have nothing left in the future. Everything I cared about's gone. The end.
Yeah, the side quests are good. And then the looming threat is, of course, the Black Omen.
Which is now in every time period, as we
It's
mentioned.
in every time period. You cannot go do it in 2300.
No, because it's already over.
Yep, Lavos is already over, and the queen goes, ah ha ha, suck a dick. I went in at 1200, which was dumb, but that's okay.
I went in at 1,000.
Which is what you're supposed to do.
I don't know why. It doesn't seem like it made a difference.
Because you can leave, go back in 600, get all the same shit again.
Yeah, but I didn't
leave,
need it.
come back. Yeah, it's boring. So why would you? So if you blow it, something that's kind of cool in this game is like that it exists in all time periods. So if you blow up in 1200 in antiquity, it's blown up in all time periods. But if you only blow it up in 1000, you can actually go back in time, blow it up again in 600, go back in time, blow it up again in 1200.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's one of the few things that it does that I really like with the time travel.
No, Robo's thing's like the coolest thing with the time travel, I think.
Robo's thing, the chess, being able to get better things from.
Yeah, I don't like the chests because you have to talk to them, which I'm like, why wouldn't they just already be that?
Because they have to interact with them.
Yeah, whatever. The chests are just okay to me.
But it's that little extra thing to, hey, we're giving you the best armor in the game.
I guess.
You have to do a little work, not just get it for free.
I guess. Anyway,
because you can screw up and you can have 2 sets of red vest instead of one red plate and one red vest. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you go to the Black Omen.
You go to the Black Omen. You fight a bunch of monsters.
Yeah,
they're really not that tough.
Nothing.
Then
in
you
this game
do
is
a
tough.
boss rush. It's annoying, but
whoa! You don't do a boss rush.
Oh yeah, you fight the
fight
queen.
3 mutants. You fight a stronger lava. Well, it was the first lava spawn I had seen because I'd like to remind everyone listening at this point, I didn't have Chrono. I had forgotten to get him.
Oh,
so,
you didn't do Death Peak, yeah.
Yeah, I never did Death Peak. So I did this whole section, and then you get to the end and you fight Queen Zeal. Really cool fight, I think. You fight her you fight her in 3 different phases.
Yeah.
All radical.
She looks really cool.
She just gets cooler and cooler looking. She's just her normal form. You beat her up. She's dead. She's not dead. She fuses with the Mammon machine. You fight her again.
Mammon machine version.
Yeah, which has some tricks. I don't really know because I just spammed Flare at this point because it did 2,000 damage to everything. I literally just spammed it every single turn.
I mean, that's me in Falcon Strike. I used it constantly.
Yeah, it
hits everything on the screen for 1,800 damage.
Yeah, it was dumb. I felt like I had broken the game at some point because Flare only cost 5 MP for me, and
I think Falcon's 2 and 2, so it was only 4 to do 1,800 damage.
Well, Flare's supposed to be 20.
Well, why were you doing it so cheap?
Because I had a ring
Oh.
that made it so it was 25% cost.
Sure, that makes
and
sense.
she had 60 magic, and it was just going fucking nuts. But so yeah, I just spammed that every single turn, and so it died pretty quick. And then the only issue is that it's a hit everything. So in the next one, and I was charming everything at this point. Charm is Ayla's move where you can steal stuff off things, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to not have her in your party after you learn that because you're like, I want everything. You
don't always need everything, but yeah, it's nice
but
to get stuff.
Yeah, you can. She turns into this crazy Star Fox boss
It's really cool.
where she's just 2 disembodied hands and a face.
Yeah.
She's a Nintendo boss because there's a million of them.
They're all like that, yeah.
Yeah. Bongo Bongo.
Mr. Hands from Glover.
He doesn't have a disembodied head, does he?
I don't know. I just wanted
It's
to talk
also
about
not a
Glover.
Nintendo game.
I don't know anything about games.
Or Glover, apparently. You're not part of the Glover fandom anymore. You don't deserve.
Good.
So you fight this head lady, and you can only attack her face because if you attack her fucking hands, just
You die.
yeah, just rip in peace. Fucking dead.
Bad move.
Yeah. So you do that. You beat her up, and then she's like, "Well, fuck you too, buddy," and sends you to Lavos. Sends you straight to Lavos, who now does a boss rush.
Yes.
Which
Sorry.
is, at first, you're like, oh, okay, cool. I get to feel how strong I've become. This boss rush is literally the worst part of the entire game, and there's nothing anybody can tell me that will make me change my mind.
I really like the boss rush.
Yeah,
You're
you're wrong.
It was really fun to go, oh, yeah. It's like this little, like, because he keeps, like, he shows you a little picture of him so you know what to expect. Oh, yeah, it's this guy. I remember that little.
Oh, yeah, I remember that thing from 20 hours ago. I don't remember the little fucking trick to beat him at all.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably going to be, I need to do lightning and then hit him. Yeah, I got that. So you run through this. It's only like a 5-10 minute fight probably. And then you beat Lavos, the end of the game.
So, yeah, if you don't have Chrono, there are 2, count them 2, fucking bosses that require lightning. I might be dumb. I don't know how to use the items that do damage. I know they're there. I don't know if you're supposed to use them beforehand. I don't know. I had no one that did lightning damage. So those bosses were literally just me pressing A. That's all they were because they're so easy. Everything in this game is... Almost everything in this game is easy. And I'm just sitting there hammering the A button.
Oh, also at this point you were really upset because you thought you were at the end of the game.
Yeah, I also thought I was at the end of the game, and I totally forgotten to get Chrono because I didn't realize that the Black Omen was... I didn't realize the Black Omen was going to bring me right to Lavos.
You know, the Black Omen. The
Oh, I thought
whole, end of the game
I thought the end of the game
thing.
would be I get in the Epoch and go to 1999 and stop them in 1999.
Which, that to me doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I just thought that because otherwise there's just this fucking time period on my thing that I've never used.
Oh, it's just like, you could go to it and you beat Lavos. I don't know why you would do it, but...
Yeah, I guess.
It makes sense to defeat him earlier, I think, so that the Earth doesn't get sucked dry of all its energy.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, you fight him though.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there...
stronger at 1999, if I remember right.
Well, it's boring.
Anyway.
Yeah, you fight him. It's boring. You fight those boss rush. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why Lavos is copying some random dragon tank from the year 1000.
Well, he fought this. He has all the strongest things inside of him, and one of those strongest things is a dragon tank
It's a dragon tank.
that you defeat in one hit. Basically,
Yeah.
it's worthless. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why there are a
Like,
couple
why didn't
ones-
he copy all of the party members that are clearly stronger than everything?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get what's going on with. I don't like boss rushes usually, and I especially don't like it here, where it feels very like, yeah, I got to give Lavos another form, so I'm just gonna pad it out.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't like it. It's like my least favorite part of the whole game.
So then after that, I assume you went off to save Chrono.
I did. You kill Lavos, his head blows up. You go inside Lavos. You get a chance to leave.
Yeah.
That's when I went and got Chrono back.
You got Chrono. That's cool. Then you went back to Lavos?
Yep.
And this, for me, it was so weird to go inside of his body. Like, oh, I thought he was just a big monster, but no. That's just like his shell.
Yeah.
And
Like
get
you
in
said,
there.
it's like a spaceship, kind of.
Yeah, like he's
That
like
was
an
cool.
evil fucking alien.
Yeah, his second form looks horrendously dumb.
He looks dumb, but man, is it scary to me? Like, ooh, it's just an evil alien in here, not a.
No.
He's got a brain and everything, probably.
No, that one wasn't scary at all, because he just... I thought this was going to be his final form, and I was like, oh, cool, he looks like a stupid robot.
Yeah,
Like,
and then you beat that thing up
very
by chopping off
quickly.
his arms and then beating him up some more.
Or just spamming flare until both his arms explode at the same time.
Falcon strike until both his arms
Yeah,
explode,
exactly.
and then you keep hitting him a little bit. Yeah,
And then you go, and then you fight the last one, and you go, oh, this is actually pretty cool.
yeah, that one's a bit challenging
Oh,
and
it's also hard for some weird reason.
really hard. But if you just Falcon strike him the whole time while healing, you win.
Yeah, I figured because like
because you hit all 3.
Yeah, because
and you just hit all 3, and you hit all 3, and you're good. It's so great. It's the best attack. And you win because eventually you just destroy everything enough times.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool because there's these 2 pods, and then like the monster man. It looks
creepy
like,
looking.
Yeah, he's really spooky looking. I don't know how to describe him. He looks kind of like a robot.
He looks like an alien. He's like some crazy alien hybrid monster
with like
thing.
creepy hands. Like everything about him is not friendly to the eyes. He freaks me out for some reason.
Yeah, he's got really fucking cool music.
Yeah, and so you're fighting the pods and the core, and you would assume that the core is the thing you need to defeat, but it's
They're
not.
all cores.
There's but like you can defeat the core, the center core, and it just comes right back.
Yeah, see, that's my issue. Is this my biggest issue? I really like this fight, other than the fact that like you're not fighting Lavos, you're fighting one of these little pods on the side.
Yeah,
the rightmost one, just because it's the one that keeps bringing everything back. So you're like, oh, and it has the most HP.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, well, I guess this is what I have to kill.
I don't know. I like
it's not a fight against the middle one, which is what I really wanted. It's just a fight against a little turd.
I thought it was interesting the little twist on it. Like, oh, this thing, because Lavos is just like an entity. It's not
but
like his
it should have been.
Is...
Phase 2 should be the gimmick. Phase 3, the final one, should be my satisfying fight just the thing. You know what I mean?
That's true. True.
Like, I don't mind gimmick fights in final bosses, but I want the last one to be something substantial.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is like, oh, okay, I'm beating up Lavos kind of deal.
All right,
so that's the story of Chrono Trigger. Oh, and then Chrono gets executed.
The end.
So that's the story of Chrono Trigger.
Yep.
Yeah, Chrono wakes up, and I guess everyone decides to play a fucking prank on him?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? They wake up, and they're like, no, Chrono, you have to be executed today. And he's like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, he just is like, all right.
He just gets up and goes to the castle, and the king's like, well, you're gonna fucking die. And you're like, okay, I guess. Even though I already, I saved you, I did a bunch of stuff for you, but I'm dead, I guess.
All right, let's do it.
Then Luca, the other king comes out. Everyone from all the different time periods comes out, and they're like, hey, Chrono. And Luca's like, look at all these people I stole from their time periods that are probably fucking up the time stream horribly.
And the king goes, you're right, I shouldn't kill you.
Yeah.
And then you marry Meryl happily ever after.
Oh, poor Chrono. When he could have just married Robo.
Yeah.
And then you say your farewells to everyone.
You say goodbye to everyone. They all
except
leave.
For Magus, who you don't get to say farewell to. He
just
Marl's
leaves.
like, hey, are you going to be okay? Are you going to look for your thing? And he just fucking does a dumb little cape twirl, doesn't say shit to anyone, even though you helped him.
They cut it because he says, you'll see me in the sequel. Radical Dreamers.
Wait, but he's not in that. He's not.
How do you know?
Because I read.
Anyway. I know you didn't play that Stella View game.
So yeah, you say farewell, blah 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 blah. Luca finds a baby. Yeah. I don't know why.
And then Chrono's mom gets sucked through a time portal.
Yeah, Chrono's mom gets sucked through a time portal with a cat, and then Marl's dad, the king, gets stuck on by a bell forever. He dies. I assume
lives
He's fucking dead. And then Chrono and Marl get married. Magus floats places. And then Luca finds a baby and is like, yep, this is a baby. And just says, fuck it. And picks up this baby. And that's her baby now.
That's her baby now.
It's
very cryptic. I didn't really understand. Again, that was part of the FMV, so it was added later. And I think it's only to tie into Chrono Cross.
What's extra weird is it's not like it's one thing oh, maybe she's going to go on an adventure with a baby. I don't know. She's going to do something here. No, it's Luca finds a baby, picks it up, walks into the sunset, and then just says Finn. I was like, what?
Yeah, very weird.
What a horrible ending to this game.
FMV really kills it.
Oh, and then Frog looks like shit.
Oh yeah, he becomes a human for some reason.
Yeah, no one explains why. Although I hope it's Magus who's like, oh, let me reverse this frogness that I put on you.
That I put on you. That you saved the world, but no, he's just. What a dickhead.
Magus really turns around for me. Starts really cool when I meet him, and when he's looking out into the sunset, and he's like, I couldn't do it. All this shit I wanted to do. I feel like such a big shitter. I'm so weak now. I was like, oh, I like Vegeta. He seems really cool. He also looks exactly like Vegeta in all the FMV things, which is why I'm calling him that. I'm sorry. And we help him do everything he wanted for the most part.
Yeah. Well, we did it all for him because he was never in my party.
He's useless. He is the most useless party member. He's fucking horrible. So we do everything for him, and he's just a big dickhead.
Well, he lost his childhood.
I don't give a shit. Frog also lost his childhood. He's not a big dickhead about it.
Yeah, but at least he turned into a handsome frog.
He's pretty sexy.
Magus, on the other hand, just looks like a shitty Vegeta.
He does. I would hate my life too if I looked like a shitty Vegeta.
Thank you. All right.
So yeah, Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, we beat it. It was fun. A little adventure. Wasn't tedious at any point.
Nope, I never wanted to fucking hate myself. That's for sure.
So yeah, where do we go from here?
Ask me questions.
Great.
We're gonna start doing this now. We're gonna write down questions for each other about the game.
I only wrote two, and they're not very good, so
that's okay. I only wrote like 3, but we're just gonna ask a couple, and so we can be a little bit more structured. And we're just gonna ask some questions we had for the other person about the game. So, do you want to go first?
Yeah. Who's Chrono?
Chrono is Goku.
Is Goku with a katana? He's got the Z sword.
He's Koku. Katana got Kakarot.
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
Okay.
Do you have any real questions?
Yeah, real question. I was gonna ask, what's your favorite character?
Oh, that's one of mine too.
I assumed so. That's why I asked it first, so I could have it on my list. It's Frog?
It's Frog.
Yeah.
I really, really like Luca and Robo. They're like a little dynamic, but you were saying something like, oh yeah, I can't believe you're not getting any of these emotional moments in the game. And I was like, yeah. I don't know why either. But Frog gets me kind of emotional. Like, he's a hero, and he's a hero in the face of adversity in every sense of the word. Like, not only is he a frog now and he's ugly, he's probably weaker. Like, he's got all these things. It doesn't matter. Frog's a hero.
Well, he's not even the real hero.
Yeah, he's not even.
He's not even Cyrus.
Yeah,
he's Glenn. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah,
he's Glenn, by the way.
He has a really, really cool backstory. I like Frog a lot.
I mean, if you haven't played it, you should really play it just for Frog's story because he's got a cool.
Yeah, Frog's easily my favorite character. He's got the coolest theme song. Who's your favorite?
My favorite character is Ayla.
Is it really?
Yeah, I mean she was my number one party member.
I gotta say, she like the Ayla, Frog, Luca, Robo. I like all those characters a lot.
Over half of the roster, I like a lot.
I like them a lot. I only don't like Vegeta because he turns into a big shitter.
Well, he just doesn't do anything. If he did stuff, I'd be interested. And if he had more backstory, maybe. But his backstory is kind of boring.
Well, it looks so cool from the outside. It's just like when you get into it, it's nothing. And he acts like a big shit for no reason.
He doesn't need to.
Marl's boring. Chrono is horrifyingly boring.
But he's you.
Yeah, and I'm a boring shit. I don't want to be me. Yeah,
Ayla's really cool.
I really like Ayla too.
Excuse me.
I gotta say the girls in the game are pretty cool.
I just like that she breaks down gender roles and reverses them. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's always been boys have to have the tail.
Yeah,
and Ayla goes, Ayla have tail.
And she talks like a caveman.
She talks like a caveman.
She loves Chrono.
She's Chrono.
Like, we have to save him. Like, she's so
loves Chrono. Yeah. Loves Kino.
Loves Luca.
Loves Luca.
She's just so cool. I don't know. I really like her character and her motivation.
I used her 99% of the time, except for the last fight with Lavos.
No, I used her even then to do the Falcon Strike constantly.
Good point. Yeah, I should have.
It was really great.
I really should have done that. That seems like a much stronger party than what I had.
All right. Yep.
Do you think that the game lacks mechanical depth?
What a great question. Jesus. I don't think it does. I think that there's enough there. Like, I mean, I personally didn't feel bored with the game, and I normally get really bored with RPGs. You should know that because I've played so many, and I just don't play them ever again. Like Persona 4 and a lot of those newer ones. I even have a hard time with Final Fantasy games, but this one has enough there, like with the tech system and the time travel, like worlds, like having multiple worlds, kind of like all these elements come together really well.
Well, I just mean like battle mechanics.
I
purely
like the battle mechanics. I think I like them. They have I use the weight system. What is that? ATB, active time battle. Is that what it uses?
It does use the worst, literally the worst possible thing an RPG can use, active battle system.
I guess. I don't know what that means. I like it. I've always liked it.
I hate active battle system,
I
but
know
that's
you
a
do.
whole nother thing, I think.
But I mean, that's what I grew up with, so I'm used to it. Like that's
Yeah.
how every RPG I've ever played, from Final Fantasy 4, 6.
Or it's not.
Is it not? I don't remember.
Maybe it is. I don't remember either.
Final Fantasy 2 for Super Nintendo, which I don't know what is. I don't remember if it's a different one. 6, which is 3 here. 7 has it 2, I think.
It does.
8
after 6, they all have
and
it.
9.
I think after 6, they all have it.
Yeah, so like all the ones I played have it, so I'm used to it. It plays a little. It's not like Secret of Mana. Like it kind of looks like Secret of Mana, but it doesn't play like Secret of Mana.
No, Secret of Mana plays like a weird like
Zelda,
like
cross RPG Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's like a much more. It's like an action RPG.
It's like take Zelda, but add a story in. But it's way more boring than a Zelda story because it's
somehow
so fucking boring. Anyway, but to its credit, it has really great music in
and it's
Secret of
very
Mana.
pretty also.
Yeah, but no, I liked all the mechanics. I really liked the tech system, like getting these techs that work with your party, so you could build your party the way you want, and you get abilities based on that party that you have, which is kind of cool. So you have like a unique experience. Like me, I beat Lavos using Ayla and Chrono using Falcon Strike, whereas you probably went with Chrono and Luca
and Frog
and got your flare and your frog punch and all that.
Frog
crazy.
punch.
I don't the
Frog punch.
Frog drop, whatever it's called, where it drops a giant frog. I don't know.
Squash.
It's really cool.
Something weird like that.
Yeah, like to get different abilities based on your party.
Yeah,
rather than like each member having their own moves, like they all share moves at some point.
I agree, and I think. Well, I don't agree with all of it. I agree with the tech part. I like techs a lot. There is a little bit of a depth there with certain ones, like Frog's drop move, where he puts Ayla in a bubble and then she drops, has both physical and water attribute.
Yeah.
So little things like that have a little bit of a like if something is weak to something, then you'll be able to kill it better.
Yep.
I guess.
There's like the lightning shot, like when you combine Luca and
but
Chrono.
I mean,
like there's some really cool stuff like that.
I think it lacks a certain amount of like in its battle mechanics. I think it lacks a little bit of something for me. I kept wanting there to be a little bit of something like I said. After that Skeletor, actually after the Masamune fight, I never died ever again. That was the last time I had died.
I think I died.
You died during lava.
Well, yeah, I died during
Watch
Lavos,
that
which was
happen.
really disappointing. But I think it's because I just wasn't using my Falcon Strike.
That was the
strategy
closest
yet.
that's the closest I came to dying was in the third phase of the Lavos fight.
I just didn't remember how to do him, so I kind of like choked.
Neither did I.
Well, yeah, I know, but you just at that point didn't care about the game.
What? No, I liked it again after that.
Oh, okay.
The Lavos fight beforehand, phase 1
you wanted
really killed me.
Yeah.
And walking up Death Mountain I almost fucking broke my DS in half. I was so pissed. I could not believe that.
Hate Death Mountain. That's the worst part of the game for me.
Oh, yeah.
Those stupid trees and how one false step and you are out of cover and you're blown down and it's just like
it's
what?
horrible.
But once you get that save point up there, it's all good.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, man, I screwed up. I got onto the mountain and I didn't realize I didn't go down. I thought I did, and I went up into a cave and fought a Lavos spawn and got wrecked. And I was like, oh, fuck, I got to do those trees again because I forgot to go to the save point. So, yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, like I said, I at a certain point, nothing mattered. Like, everything was so easy that, again, I just used that move. And it was dealing, like, to normal enemies, it was dealing, like, 3,500 to every single thing on the screen. And I had 50 mid ethers.
Yeah.
So it was, like, on the off chance that I even got below a certain amount. And 275,000 gold.
Yeah.
Like...
Everything's inconsequential by that point.
Right, but I mean the issue is that like it lacks a little bit of something on top of that. Like, what are my options for negating damage? My options are I put on a suit and it just negates the damage.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, this person is weak to this, so I just use that. There's nothing extra there. There's no extra strategy on top of that. It's just it feels pretty basic. Again, the couple times that it breaks out of that are very memorable to me, other than the fucking son of a fucking bitch fight, which is the dumbest fight. I hate that fight, but whatever. I do like its propensity to use gimmick fights.
It's just that fight's just boring.
Oh yeah, that's the
There's
problem.
just nothing else to it other than boring. If everybody has like,
I like that it's
red
there.
plate and everything, no one gets hurt. You just wait until you hit it. It's super inconsequential.
But again, I do like that it has gimmick fights. Like I like the fight with Masamune where you have to slash the air that he's building up, or even the fight where you give the guy electrical charge, and you're giving him electrical charge, but you bring him down enough damage that like you keep fighting him, and then you have to heal up, make sure you're at high thing because he's gonna electrical charge you. Like I like that. I like anything that gives me a little bit of extra something, but near the end of the game, it's just like, just don't attack the hands. You're fine. Just attack the head forever. Like it starts to lose a little bit of something. Like it doesn't have that. The issue I think is that the base mechanics, like fire, is no different from lightning, is no different from water.
Yeah.
Like they're really just the same. They're just different flavors. They don't do anything extra. There's no, look at well, like Pokemon. I was gonna use press turn, but I feel like I suck press turn stick enough that I need to not bring it up. Look at Pokemon, where lightning has the chance to paralyze, which has its own set of things that go along with that.
Yeah.
Or fire has a chance to burn, which lowers attack and introduces a status ailment. Like all these little things, there are certain things that are weak to fire, but fire has use outside of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels weird. Or like, I guess, like press turn, where it's like I have to hit things in a certain sequence so that I can maximize, like hit things with their weaknesses in a certain sequence.
But those are like later systems.
No, press turn's not late. Press turn is before Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, but in a shitty game.
I might be wrong about that, actually. But regardless, fusion is before Chrono Trigger for sure, which introduces a much cooler way to negate damages, which is fuse things so that you take two things that are unrelated, put them together, and get things that negate damages, lower damages, boost different. Like it just seems a lot more interesting to me. That kind of risk reward type deal. Press turn is what, 3? That's what I thought. So yeah, I take that back. But it is a better system.
And understandably, there are better systems. I think just...
Well, excuse me. I don't actually think it's a better system. That's not what Chrono Trigger is about.
Yeah.
Like, press turn is a system designed so that you can break it. Like, it has nothing to do with that it's in an SMT game. It's made... Its central focus is you can break it, and it can be broken, and it will be broken against you, and you have to break it, for you.
Mm-hmm.
Chrono Trigger is a lot more lighthearted about that. It's about an adventure. I really don't mind it, even though I think it lacks like a mechanical depth in its battle mechanics. I don't mind, really. I wish it had a little something more.
I think it makes up for it with its story. It's a little bit more...
No, not just its story, but it's got a really nice pacing when you get into it.
A really nice art style.
Yeah, like...
Everything about it.
It's an adventure.
Yeah.
It's like a kid's adventure that still has really high stakes.
You gotta think of it more like a Zelda-esque RPG rather than like an in-depth like Final Fantasy or SMT style game. It's much more lighthearted. I think that's why it's a lot of people's favorite games, because it is less complicated. Like Pokemon games are way more complicated, and I don't feel like I get into those as much as I can get into this.
Well, Pokemon's only as complicated as you want it to be, which is why I like that battle system so much more. Just because, like, it's all there if I really want to think about it.
If I want to be autistic, yes.
Yeah, but
sometimes
it's fun. Yeah. I don't like to just spam the same move constantly just because it gets everything done.
I understand.
But again, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
I wish it had a little bit more. It can only benefit from it, in my mind. But I do really... it doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anytime I felt that way, I was just like, well, I'm just going to move on and see the next thing anyway in like 2 seconds. Yeah. So it has a really nice pacing, so it doesn't really bother me. I just, it's just a thing that I took a lot of notes on that I was like, it's a negative to the game to me. Not a big negative, but... And it matches the tone. Like, it being, relatively simple, it feels a lot like an older kids movie to me. Like where older kids movies are fun adventures, or like a Miyazaki, or like it's a fun adventure, but there are real stakes involved. It's not just whatever shitty kid movies are like now.
Well, it's like the Goonies
Right.
versus, say, Frozen, where there's no consequences.
Well, Frozen has consequences.
Yeah, she'll be frozen.
That is not what that movie's about.
I've never seen.
Neither have I, and I know that's not what that movie's about.
She's got her frozen castle. She's gonna be lonely.
It's like any of those like Bratz movies or
Bratz movies. What?
the Bratz movies. You don't watch the Bratz movies?
They have movies?
I don't probably.
What are you on about? I was gonna go with My Little Pony. Was gonna be my next one.
Not even that. It's more like it's like
Mary Kate and Ashley.
the Chipmunks. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Versus like, which I know is older, but like Alvin and the Chipmunks versus, or I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I don't know.
But it's like those older, like Weird Science and the Goonies, like these much more mature kids movies.
Or like Miyazaki movies in general.
His are little kids movies. There's no consequences to your parents becoming pigs.
But like that's like a real. Those
There's
are
no stakes there.
Those are real stakes. Like, well, they're pork chops.
Turn it off. Turn it all off.
Shut it down. But those are real stakes. Like, oh, my parents are fucking pigs. I have to save them. Like, even though it's a fun, whimsical adventure that any kid could watch, by being you can still watch it as an adult because you understand those stakes. They're real stakes. They're not fake bullshit kid stakes. Like, you know, like that, or like other things, I'm sure. Point is, that's what I mean. Like, it feels like a kid's game, but with real stakes that feel real. They don't feel made up like, I'm the bad guy. Like, Lavos feels like a real thing. It's cool. It's good. You have another question for me?
I do.
Let's see the question.
What's your favorite time period?
What's your favorite color?
Yeah, my questions aren't nearly as in depth because I don't have anything like that. I don't think I had a lot of fun with the game, so I don't have like anything to discuss with the battle system. But I'm glad you asked it because it was clearly important to you. I like that you asked the question. You knew my answer was going to be inconsequential. You're like, but I'm going to get to talk about it, and that's all that matters.
I have a bunch of little notes in like a little square box just about it. I didn't even use them actually because I didn't want to shut up about it. Because I feel like I talk about it so often. It's my only gripe. I just wish it was a little bit more.
Yeah, I understand.
Just for the little bit of autism in me.
So my favorite time period is antiquity.
It's mine too.
Yeah, it's just cool.
It's the coolest time period. I think future's a very close second for me.
The future definitely used to be my favorite. I think when I was a kid, like it was just a really weird place. And there's a lot more to do there, but like antiquity is just way more interesting. On a conceptual level. Like, oh, there's a snow-covered world and then these cool tropical islands in the fucking sky.
It's really cool. Everything about it, the visual design, the people there.
The earthbound ones and their like leaf forest.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying.
So what happens in antiquity that they're not around anymore?
What do you mean?
Because if you don't blow up all those islands... Wait, how come nothing changes when you blow up all the islands?
What do you mean?
Like, you blow up all the islands...
They all go underwater.
Yeah, but how come nothing changes?
What do you mean nothing changes?
In the future.
None of that changes because of Lavos.
What do you mean because of Lavos? What does that mean? Because of Lavos?
Lavos is 1999.
Yeah, but why doesn't it change 600 AD? How come there is just a bunch of fucking continents now?
What? The islands aren't to do with the continent.
Yeah, but in
I think if you look,
there are like 2 islands. That's all that's left after 12,000. After you're done with 12,000 and you beat the Ocean Palace and Lavos comes out for the first time, it's fucked. There's 2 islands. That's it. And you go to 600 AD, a fucking continent is back.
Yeah, the ice melted.
Wouldn't that make the oceans rise even more and there'd be no continents at all?
Listen, shut the hell up.
What happens to the people? Like, if you don't fuck up the Ocean Palace, what happens? Why are they gone?
You have to fuck up the palace.
Yeah, but you hadn't I hate this game.
Well, they call forth Lavos. Lavos is going to come no matter what in that time period.
What?
Yeah.
So she calls forth Lavos no matter what, and everything gets fucked up no matter what?
In that time, in 1200.
With or without
That's why
you.
all that stuff is gone.
Okay, that's what I was... I didn't know where they went. I thought
People survived because they survived 65 million when Lavos also showed up. Like, it's just... He's not full strength yet. probably. And
Okay. That answers my question.
I think that's basically Lavos fucks it all up like he likes to do.
Yeah. I was just like, I was thinking about it and I was like, wait, what happens to them? Because they're fine.
Because that's all they're talking about is doing Lavos. Like there's no like you just come and you fuck with the status quo. You don't
change anything.
But that's why Black
Lavos
Omen is now in every time period because you didn't let them summon it
or something.
I don't know. It's really weird.
I don't know either.
It's fine. I don't need to know. I'm very happy not knowing. Why'd you have to bring this up?
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I don't remember. I'm sure there's like a reason that I missed it, but it's cool. I still think it's the coolest setting.
Oh, yeah. I agree. It's the best time period.
65 million is also kind of cool, but I like some of the parts of it. It looks cool. It's got volcano.
It's got volcanoes. They melt things.
And there's dactyls. That's all I cared about.
I like that there's dactyls and reptites.
Reptites. Yeah.
It feels very like childlike, and I like it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little area. You got any more?
I think one of my questions here is the Lavos fight fun? Question mark. All of it? Question mark.
Whole game? Is it fun?
No, I mean all of the Lavos fight.
I had fun. I mean, even if when I died, I didn't feel like
fuck off.
I knew exactly how to beat him after that, which was
that wasn't even the question I was talking about.
I know,
or the phase that I was talking about.
I know which phase you're talking about.
Fucking dumb. Sat there for so long, pressing just A.
Well, that's your fault for not getting Chrono.
It's not my fault. It's the designer's fault.
It's your fault. The first thing they tell you to do is go get Chrono, and you went, I'm going to go to the Black Omen.
Because I had cooler people.
Fuck you. It's your fault. And listen, they give you a chance between fights to swap out members, so you could have gone, I fucked up. I should have had Chrono, and then you immediately put Chrono in.
Yeah, but that's fine if I could back out.
Well, maybe you should have gotten Chrono. They tell you to do it first. He's most important. The name of the game's Chrono Trigger.
No. The name of the game is Chrono Trigger with an H.
Yeah, and he hands you the Chrono Trigger with the H and says you should go fix Chrono before you do anything else, like the Black Omen.
Look, this fight triggered me.
Turn it off. Turn off the podcast. I'm done. I'm done with all of this.
Well, this, I think you could probably lead into your conclusion, my next question.
Good.
How did it feel going back through the game?
Again?
Yeah, because you'd already played it once.
I'm just kidding. This is only the second time I played it. It was a lot easier this time than I remember as a kid, which is a shame, I guess. And I did misremember a few things. Or it's changed. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it was... Because I know it was retranslated, some of it. I don't know if certain things were changed in the story. From what I remember... I don't really care. I mean, it still got everything I wanted out of it. I was like, oh yeah, this is better. Like, I understand everything now. Because before I was like struggling to go, why was that happening? And whatever. This time I was like, yes, I understand the entire story of this game. There's all these people coming together to save the world from Lavos, and this is their motivations. Whereas before I'm like, why did these people get together? I don't even remember. So it was nice to go back and see the story unfold again from my current perspective rather than my child perspective of renting it from the store multiple times and trying to remember where the fuck I was every single time because it was always someone else's save on there and going, I don't think this was... Why didn't I name my characters this? Why do I always keep keeping them the stock names? So, yeah. I don't know. I think it is still one of my favorite games of all time. Undoubtedly, I would put it right next to Earthbound. Earthbound, number 1, number 2, Chrono Trigger. But I haven't played Earthbound in a while.
Maybe it's still shit.
Yeah, it could.
From the last time I tried to play it and went, no. I'll just play Mother 3.
Yeah, you would.
So what's your conclusion?
In conclusion, best game we've played so far.
Do you really think that?
Yeah, I really love Chrono Trigger.
Favorite game.
Huh?
I said it's your second favorite game of all time.
I love Chrono Trigger. Like,
better than Fallout 4?
Oh, yeah.
Is it 4 times better than Fallout 4?
Fallout 4 is better.
4 times better.
4 times better than Chrono Trigger. No, it's just... I don't know. I also have nostalgia for it, so it's tough to beat that. Like it's hard to beat nostalgia any time.
I have no nostalgia for this game because I didn't play it.
Yeah, I understand.
But do I shit on the game a little bit? Yeah, I do. The end. That's it.
All right.
Wrap it up.
We did it.
No, do I shit on the game a little bit? Yeah, I do. I think it lacks a little bit of something for me to like hook me in the beginning, because it's like in the beginning of the game is when I'm trying to find stuff that's interesting because the story's not that interesting. It's really not.
To you, yeah. To each their own.
Yeah, to people who have taste, it's not that interesting. I agree. But it's because it's just, the first 8 or so hours of the game, maybe a little bit less, it might be 6 or 7. But the first, quarter of the game, it's actually like a third of the game, really, is just you just kind of not having a motivation to do anything. They're all very nebulous. It's like you get to 2300 and it's like Lavos, but you've never seen Lavos. He's a really vague entity who just kills things. He's not a person who has ideals, which is fine. In the end, it's way better that way, but you're just kind of like, all right, well, it's just a thing. Like, I can't do anything about it. Like, he's just an entity, whatever.
Yeah.
He's not something that gets me excited to fight him. He's just him. Or Magus, who you meet for like 2 seconds, and you're like expected to really want to kill him. And I'm only motivated even a little bit because A, the game's starting to get fun, and B, I like Frog. But I have no personal motivation to kill him or beat him.
He turned Frog into a frog.
That's the only reason, though. And the beginning of Frog's storyline is kind of jilted because it's just like you get there in the 600, and it just tells his backstory kind of randomly.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, but I don't know who Cyrus is, so I was just kind of like, okay.
He's a ghost.
I guess. He becomes one. But, like, yeah, stuff like that where it's just kind of like, oh, But it gets way, way better afterwards. It really, really picks up, and I really start to like it. Like I said, it does lack a little bit of something right in the beginning. Because I'm not motivated to do stuff, I'd like to be able to sit there and kind of figure out, oh, this does this, so I can have fun fighting stuff even if I'm not having fun listening to stuff. Mm-hmm. But in the end, it really doesn't matter. I went into this thinking this was going to be the best RPG of all time. It's all anybody fucking says about this game. It's the best RPG of all time.
And they're right.
This is God's gift to his chosen people. Like, and I went into it thinking, start to finish, it was going to be fucking nuts. Like, it was going to be so good that I won't want to play any RPG ever again.
I don't want to play another RPG again.
Well, you're going to have to play at least 3, so... But that's what I figured. So I figured, okay, first couple hours, they're going to be fun. Like, none of this is going to be a drag. I'm going to be having fun the whole time. It's a pretty short RPG, so the pacing's got to be really good. But in the beginning, maybe if I didn't go in with those preconceived notions, I'd feel a little bit differently about it. But because I was looking for something and there was kind of nothing in the beginning, I was kind of like, okay, like, I don't know. It's hard to describe, but
yeah, because I already knew the story.
Yeah, so you knew that you knew it was gonna pick up and get really good. Like, you knew what all this stuff built up to because it's really good. Yeah. It really is. This game is really good. Like I said, I know that I shit on it. It's really, really, really good. If you have any interest in RPGs, you have to play it.
It's like, man, how are they going to remake Final Fantasy VII and not Chrono Trigger? Because Chrono Trigger could really benefit.
Chrono Trigger doesn't need to be remade.
They should do all anime version of it.
They should just do...
Like a visual novel.
They should take the Dragon Ball Xenoverse engine and make it Chrono Trigger. I mean, they already did, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have an interest in RPGs, you should play it. You have to. I'm sorry, you shouldn't. There's no should. You have to play it. Do not go into it, and I wish this is how I was warned. Do not go into it thinking that it's going to start balls to the wall fucking insanity. Mm-hmm. It's not. It's going to be really kind of normal. It's like a really, really standard RPG in the beginning. Like, what you think of as boring fantasy RPGs, that's what this is going to be. And it picks up over time. It's kind of slow burn until it starts going nuts. And when it does, it feels really good because of that slow burn. Like, I probably wouldn't like it as much as I do without it, even though I complain about it a little bit.
Yeah.
And again, it would really be mitigated with a little bit more depth. But, like, it's a really, really great RPG. It's pretty short. At the beginning, I didn't care about any of the characters, and by the end, I really like more than half of them. I love them. Like, they're some of my favorite characters now. And it's not my favorite RPG ever made. It's probably not even in my top 10 games of all time.
Yeah.
My personal ones.
Sure.
But it's, A, for the time period, fucking amazing. B, it's really fun just to play through.
Yeah.
You should play through it. Just don't get overhyped like I did. Don't listen to every single person who says it's the best RPG of all time. It very well may be, but don't get yourself hyped up like that.
I beat it pretty quickly. Normally RPGs I take a long time to beat, and because of the nature of our show, I played a little bit quicker than normal. But I mean, every night I played just a couple hours. I mean, an hour a night, and or what?
Yeah, technically 20 weeks.
I mean, we had to add some more time because somebody couldn't finish the game in time.
Yeah,
who that was. And I was like, oh, this game is a lot faster than I remember. I remember it's taking forever
really
to beat.
quick.
So it's not that bad.
I mean, like I said, 21 hours is nothing for an RPG.
As part of my final thoughts, real quick before we sign off, I just wanted to say, much like playing Bayonetta and how we're going to play Bayonetta 2, I think we should consider playing Chrono Cross.
Hey, you have another pick coming up. I picked Ace Combat 4, so you
right.
you do whatever you want.
All right, well,
I'll play Chrono Cross and suffer through it.
For February, then we might play Chrono Cross because January is booked.
Is it?
Yep, we have a game for every week in January.
Oh, January's booked.
Yeah.
Don't send me any more letters in my P.O. box. They're bursting through, and I can't handle it anymore.
Yeah, because the.
Okay, well, those are our final thoughts. I think we both really, really like it. It's Jake's second favorite game of all time. It's not my second favorite game of all time, but it's a personal list for me, and it's really, really, really good. I fucking love these characters. In a top, 20, maybe top 50, it's definitely on my list. But I have a weird,
bullshit list.
It really is a bullshit list.
Most games involve anime and or idols.
All games involve idols. And if they don't involve anime, they're not on my list.
Well, good thing this game had anime in it.
Oh, it's so true.
Yeah,
no wonder
that's why it's in your top 20. It's the only redeeming factor to it.
It's really, really good. Coming from a person who's never played it before, I have no nostalgia for it. I like different kinds of RPGs than this. It's really, really good. The story's really, really fun. The characters are really, really great. The combat is fun. It like I've said 3,000 times at this point, it lacks a little something, but it's still fun. It functions. Techs are fun. I like teaming up with people and watching my team do stuff. Like, it's really cool.
I feel like it's an essential game to be played.
It is. You must play it.
Like, that's
very
why
much
I wanted you to play it, so that way going forth we could refer back to it as a game that is important.
Which is why I'm going to subject you to other RPGs.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, just know that I'm going to shit on them. Because I hate everything.
I know.
Except Chrono Trigger. No, but I'm interested to play.
I shit on Chrono Trigger a little bit.
That's fine. I'm interested to play other games. I just wanted this little core game early on in our things so that we could refer back to it and people understand what we're talking about.
And it's
when
important.
We talk about Chrono Trigger and stuff like that.
It's again, I only have the benefit of saying that there are better games because better games came out after it.
Yeah.
And maybe not better is the right word, but more interesting to me came out after it. But again, for its time period, like, you need to play it for that. Like, not only does it hold up insanely well, but for its time period, it's a fucking masterpiece. Really I just didn't get to play it during the time period, so I don't have that same love for it. And there are older games that I've like. Majora's Mask is one of my favorite games of all. It is my favorite game of all time, and that's older. And Chrono Trigger is a better game than Majora's Mask is, but it's a little bit different. It's a personal thing.
Yeah,
I see objectively that Chrono Trigger is really, really, really fucking good, and even personally, I like it a lot. Mm-hmm. Those are I'm sorry.
It's fine.
So what are we playing next week?
Next week we are playing Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh.
I forgot all about it until just now.
Left 4 Dead 2 is going to be our first. We've played every single thing. We're
independently.
Yep. We're in this co-op game. We haven't even. Wait, did you say dependently or independently?
Independently. We've played everything else independently. So
everything else. Yeah, sorry. We've played every level. Well, we haven't played every level yet, but we're playing all the campaigns in order, from start to finish with each other. Yeah. And as we can other people, but we haven't played any levels apart from each other.
No,
so that might be interesting. It won't be, but
I mean, I've only completed a couple of these campaigns all the way through, so it was really nice. We shouldn't talk about this.
No, yeah, but okay. Look forward to Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, we'll talk about Left 4 Dead
in
soon.
A week. Soon.
All right.
Cool.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. So the game opens up with the Millennium Fair. Should I just? I mean, how many times can I restart it?
This happens every time.
I know.
Well, the game opens with you in bed. Well, the game opens with your mom talking to you. Well, the game opens when you go to the Millennium Fair. The Millennium Fair. The game's opening at this moment.
Every time.
Every fucking time.
I'm going to write it out next time perfectly. I actually might have it written in the Trello.
Oh, my God. The game opens and you're at the Millennium Fair.
Millennium Fair.
Millennium Falcon Fair. And you're going to go talk to your childhood friend. She's the only cute girl in the whole game besides Ayla.